Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading. This is we're doing a bonus reading for your next big change. You have this Endless Possibilities card, and you have this card that says, it is what it is. I don't know, this card always cracks me up, just because it says it is what it is, but there are clearly a lot of possibilities for you at this time. You know, it's kind of popping into my head that I feel like you get these cards of possibilities quite a bit with me, and maybe not cards that say exactly that, but it seems to me like you get cards that kind of say something similar here. I'm also getting that you need to take care of yourself is definitely popping into my head here. I don't think this is a bad thing, Taurus. I'm not saying that you should be worried or anything like that, but literally the first thing that popped into my head, and you have nothing here that says that, but just intuitively it was saying take care of yourself, or I was kind of getting that message right off the bat. So again, I think this is more about making sure that you're resting, relaxing, recovering. Make sure that you're staying healthy at this time. Whenever you're watching this reading is technically kind of timeless, or they're meant to be, but for whenever you watch it. But again, I would stay healthy. You have the Knight of Wands. I just, we're in a time of adventure. I have yes, this is a big change. That's what we're focusing on in this reading, is what's your next big change. But I kind of feel like this is a change that everybody is making. So, we're going to look for something else that's going on. But just know that, yeah, we're in a time of great change. And, I think one of the best things that we can do is give ourselves variety. And you literally end with the Seven of Cups. So, I always tell people, if you don't think, if you want to accomplish something and you don't think it's possible, go study people who have done whatever it is that you want to do, because then it will probably make it possible. And that's what I mean by variety. It's sometimes I think we have to actually go and see that something is possible for us. And if we do that, then it becomes possible. So, again, I think that if there's anything you want to accomplish, or anything that you want to do, it's I teach YouTube every single weekend to a ton of people, and I have a lot of people in my groups that are in their 40s and 50s, and they're I'm too old. And every time someone says that, I go and show them one of the many successful YouTubers that's 80 years old, right? So again, if you think something is impossible, there's probably a person that's twice your age and will prove you wrong, right? So the Knight of Wands is just about seeing that you can do it, right? And that's what I feel with the Knight of Wands and the Seven of Cups. You need to go on that type of adventure where you look for possibility. You have the Page of Swords, looking for possibility. Page of Swords is your crossing energy. The crossing energy in the Celtic cross can be what hurts you or helps you, but the Page of Swords is about curiosity. And so it's about kind of going and looking for answers or following your curiosity. I feel I don't feel good or bad about this. I feel it's something that you should be doing. This is an action that you could be taking, is asking more questions, doing more research, proving that some things are possible. You have the Endless Possibilities card. So, proving that, you have the capability, because there are probably less capable people that have accomplished what you want to accomplish. And again, if that's true, then you could easily accomplish whatever you're trying to accomplish in this reading. In the area of your thoughts or what's on your mind, you have the Hermit. I'm hearing it's over. Those are the words that are popping into my head here, Taurus. So, he has gone through a dark night of the soul. He's climbed to the top of this mountain. He has found his inner light. And so if you've been experiencing difficulties for many years, I just feel that this is saying that what you've been through is over. Sometimes I feel with the Hermit, we have to realize that we have to leave isolation, or we have to come out of isolation with the Hermit. He's staying stuck at the top of this mountain. And I think it's very tempting when you've been through a lot to stay in isolation, to not come down from the mountain. So I feel that it's time for you to kind of come down from the mountain. And we actually see this here. We go down to the Queen of Swords to the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is about standing out or getting attention. He is getting attention for his victory. And he's getting attention from the people around him. They're celebrating him. And, again, I think it's time. I feel it's time for that. You have the King of Cups for, I don't know, the last 3 years. You've been getting the Queen of Cups in all your readings. Queen of Cups is about following your heart. The King of Cups is about exploring your emotions to a very deep level. And so I feel for a lot of you that the King of Cups could say that you have explored your emotions to a very deep level. And now you're kind of in this power position in your life. I really like, kings and queens in the foundation position, which is where this is showing up. It kind of says that you're showing up like, I'm not saying this is you. I feel this is more of an energy that you're embracing, like an emotionally strong energy, an energy of being able to support yourself, the ability to control your emotions even. And I feel you're just showing up in a kind of, your energy is showing up in a strong position with this King of Cups energy, which is very good. It feels to me like you're in a good place. Like, this isn't an amazing reading, right? I'm not trying to hate on the reading, but they're just like, there's nothing like amazing card-wise here yet. That could change in a minute. But I feel like you're getting, like, it feels to me like you're in a good place. Even though we have the Five of Pentacles, I'm not even worried about that. Again, I feel like you're getting, or you're about to be in a good place. In the area of the past, you have this evil eye card. It says, protect yourself against the evil eye so it doesn't negatively impact your life. You have this strategy card. It says, plan, scheme, and strategize your future and take the next right action in your life. Yes, again, giving yourself variety. Seven of Cups, that is clearly your solution to the reading. I don't think you need a solution, but I just think it would be a good action for you to take, is to go see other people, go research other people who have done what you want to do, literally whatever it is. And I think that will give you a lot of like new perspective, and it could also help you develop a strategy for how you are going to be successful doing what you want. It seems to me like this reading is also saying that it's a time for you to really believe in yourself. It's actually a very powerful reading, just like energetically what I feel here. And one thing is that I feel like you have to believe it. There's a lot of kind of like needing to build self-confidence here, but I feel like you are at the same time, because you have the Six of Wands coming up in the area of the next few months. And so this is like a development of, your inner power, or whatever you want to call it. But strategy is going to be important. You have the Five of Wands. This is coming up in the past. Again, I feel pretty good about this because I feel this was like all the reasons you can't do something. And the Five of Wands is conflict and competition, but sometimes the Five of Wands can just represent inner conflict, where you're saying, like, there's no way I could, change my life, or there's no way I can, build that business or date that person or do whatever I want to do. And so I feel you are leaving that inner conflict in the past, which is great here, Taurus. Again, I am loving this reading for whatever reason. Next, in the area of the very near future, you have this fulfillment card and this stillness card. Definitely, I feel there's, you shouldn't be thinking hard, like you shouldn't be thinking, how can I work hard to accomplish what I'm trying to do, which has definitely come up for you before, but it seems to me like you're entering into this time of fulfillment. The stillness card, I feel, is just saying that, again, it's not going to be, some major challenge for you to be successful in the near future. You also have the Queen of Swords, a lot of clarity at this time. We have all this air energy, Pluto and Aquarius, and we have a lot of other things that have gone through Aquarius recently. We're going to have a bunch of planets moving through Pisces, but right now we're still in this like air-heavy time, and it makes sense to me that, pretty much every reading I've done this month has been focused on clarity, and I would just blame it on the air energy. And so, again, this is probably a good thing, because you could be gaining clarity on the actions you need to take. You could be gaining clarity on your future, and that feels good. Next, in your outcome row, you have this training card. It says you still have some new skills to acquire before you can really advance to the next stage of your career. These skills are going to come through variety. You have the schedule card. It says most forms of prosperity require time and effort to manifest. Do you have room in your schedule for abundance you are wanting to attract? Yes, and maybe you need to make more time. And I believe we can make more time. And so I would definitely kind of come up with a schedule if you need it. Again, believe it or not, I am an anti-schedule person personally, but years ago I came up with a schedule and made everything so much easier. I used to do my readings like whenever the hell I wanted, right? I used to just do them whenever during the day, and I didn't really have a schedule. And now I wake up and the first thing I do is these readings in the morning. And, I get all 4 done. I do 4 readings a day, and that is my schedule. And, and then that allows me to kind of work on other things during the day, right? But I feel like I have more time. Like, since I started doing that, I feel like I have more time to do other things. So really, really powerful. In the area of the next few months, you have the Six of Wands. Yeah, a lot of success. I keep getting like something about strength or inner strength in this reading. And I don't remember exactly what I said at the beginning of the reading, but I would definitely like take care of yourself. I think that's what I said. and take care of your strength, or make sure that you're doing things that improve your strength or your inner strength or your health. I feel all those things would be good for you. The Six of Wands is, again, being celebrated, and so I feel a lot of people could be celebrating successes with you, or you could be feeling more successful in the future as well. You have the Nine of Wands in the area of your closest relationships. I'm pretty sure we've talked about this before. I do feel this is a big change that you have. It kind of feels like something you've already gone through with people. And again, this part of the reading represents all relationships in your life, Taurus. So, I feel a lot of you have gone through these kind of, just experiencing different kinds of relationships. And now I feel you're getting closer to finding your tribe, or whatever whatever you want to call it. So I feel there's been a lot of like movement in connections. I kind of feel this is true for all earth signs, but more true for you. And yeah, just that's it. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Five of Pentacles. Again, the one bad card here, really, and I feel you need to get out of your head. I feel that for a long time, we've been talking about imposter syndrome for you, Taurus, in my readings at least. And I feel that is like the one thing that could be holding you back, is like feeling not good enough, feeling like you can't do something. I always say fives have very easy solutions, and the solution to the Five of Pentacles is to not call attention to your weaknesses. It's like, yeah, there might be a lot of things you can't do, but there's probably a lot you can do, and that's what I would be focusing on with the Five of Pentacles. You have the Seven of Cups again. I feel this is your most important card here. I feel like variety, exploring, mixing things up, trying new things, especially if life has gotten stale for you here, Taurus. I would be trying new, just new exciting things, or just mixing things up, or doing something different. I think it's what the world needs right now anyway, is like a mix-up. So I would do that. I also feel like researching other people, like let's say you have a job, or a career that you want to grow in, or a business. I would be researching and looking at what other people are doing, because that variety is going to give you like different tools. And I kind of feel the Seven of Cups is almost saying you need to like collect new tools, right? For how you accomplish what you're going to accomplish. And, that's definitely what I would do there with the Seven of Cups, is kind of like explore options, tools, things like that. With the Knight of Wands and the Page of Swords, you have the Chariot. Yeah, definitely victory. We have two great cards so far, Six of Wands and Chariot, of a victory or some sort of win coming in for you. But, he's setting himself apart. And we are in a time where everybody has to set themselves apart. I talk about it constantly. So I feel everyone has to do this. Probably one of the most important things we can do right now is let our own, be more unique, and let our uniqueness shine. Again, people who just kind of like are the same are not going to stand out. So if you're wanting to stand out, I would be letting your truth out. With the Hermit, you have the Two of Cups. Some of you could be thinking about love. So if you want love, again, there definitely could be love coming in for you. I think it's a great time for love personally. We have Venus in Pisces. We have a lot of energy going through Pisces, and then Venus is going to move into Aries, but it's going to retrograde back into Pisces. And I do feel like, for like all that energy, it just seems like people could be attracting karmic connections, but I'm not talking about a karmic. I'm talking about kind of like those more soul-based connections. We have the North Node in Pisces as well. So I just feel like now is a good time to attract like a more soul-based connection. And Two of Cups would be kind of like thinking about love. Two of Cups in the area of your thoughts is also very important, because Two of Cups is you and your higher self. So a lot of you could be talking to your higher self, or you could be communicating with your higher self. And, that's kind of what I feel there. Or I would make time. I mean, Queen of Swords is a card of clarity, and you could be getting a lot of clarity from your higher self, like in your dreams and your daydreams, and that's what I'd be paying attention to. Very dreamy reading. I mean, you have all blue cards and the Seven of Cups, very dreamy. With the King of Cups, you have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, out with the old, in with the new. You're ready for something new. I feel like you're ready for, new growth, new excitement, new levels of excitement. I feel like people just haven't been excited, and I totally understand that. I feel like people have been kind of like bored or something, and I feel that it's time for people to kind of create lives that they actually desire, or create more desire in their life in general, and that's what you could be doing with that Ace of Wands. With the Five of Wands, you have the Eight of Swords, much more stuck energy in the past. Like I said, that Five of Wands just felt like inner conflict for you in this reading. And so there could have been some inner conflict, or maybe you just needed, with a strategy card, maybe you just didn't have a plan on your next steps in the past, and I feel like that is changing. Yep, with the Queen of Swords, very good. You have the Judgment card. It's like you're waking up to your purpose, and Queen of Swords is clarity. The Judgment card would be being clear on your purpose, or kind of like waking up to what your true purpose is, or what you're meant to do. And so these people are being called up out of these coffins. The coffin represents their old life, and outside the coffin represents their new life. Funny enough, not a lot of people have had very big change readings with these with these readings, and so like most of the people, I've done about half the readings so far. And again, Virgo was the only other sign that had a significant change actually show up in the reading, and I would say that you also have a significant change, or could be experiencing a significant change at this time. Again, everybody else, it was like, yeah, there was change, but it wasn't that big of a deal. But you definitely could be one of the signs that is making a significant change in your life at this time. With the Six of Wands, you have the Four Wands. Four Wands would be, can be marriage. Not really a love reading. I feel that the Four Wands could be you committing to something, like, a new way of working, a new way of running your business or your career. And I feel that commitment is the thing that will make you successful. So I like to see that. Six of Wands and Four Wands, 10 of Wands. And, when we put those two together. So this could also say that you're getting to the end of a long journey. And I kind of get that feeling, especially with the Hermit showing up there. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Five of Pentacles. Yes, I think you need to get out of your head. We have Five of Pentacles twice touching here. So, Five of Pentacles is about needing to believe that you are good enough. I would also be careful of taking things personally here as well. Like if you, let's say people have left your life, or maybe like a group of people have left your life, or, you've had problems as far as like working with people. I feel like this is saying that you shouldn't take it personally, that, the people that have decided they don't want to work with you, right? With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Cups. Like I said, I feel like you're finding your tribe. I literally said that earlier. And Ten of Cups is your community. So a lot of you could be finding just better connections as far as people are concerned. Not just love, but, everything. Ten of Cups, these people are also focusing on happiness. It's, I think it's probably one of the most important things that we can do is bring more happiness into the world right now. And I feel if we do that, then we will kind of like change what's happening. If we don't, then we won't. So for I don't know, 2 years now I've been saying this, that we need to focus more on happiness. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of bad things going on, but number one, what can you do to change it? And if there's something you can do it. If there's not, then I think the only thing we can do is be more happy. And when we're more happy, other people are more happy, and then it creates this positive snowball. So I feel like we need to kind of create that positive snowball of happiness in the world, because I don't know, the alternative doesn't look very good to me. So that's what I encourage people to do for sure. The Ten of Cups is also about kind of like moving towards happiness in a different way. I feel that you should be kind of like working on things that excite you, because technically, I lined this up weird, but we would technically be going up to the Ten of Wands from that Ace of Wands. And Ace of Wands says when you live a life of desire, you do bring more happiness into the world. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Justice card. Like, I feel like saying stop is really is really the word that's popping into my head with the Justice card. It's like maybe you are not taking action on your dreams because you're like trying to create balance in something, or you're trying to juggle too much. I get a very weird feeling on this Justice card, not like typical Justice energy. I don't feel bad about this either. I feel that it's more saying that it's like sometimes, they say you have to break a couple eggs to bake a cake, right? And that's the feeling I get here with the Justice card, is that you have to break some eggs to make a cake. And sometimes you have to create a mess. And sometimes you have to, do things in a certain way. And that's kind of like what I'm getting here with the Justice card. It's like if you're trying to please everyone, or, if you're trying not to make a mess, it's like, especially if you're like working on a dream, or if you're like trying to accomplish something great in your life, I feel that saying, well, actually, like trying to do things too clean is what is holding you back. You have this Grasshopper card. It says situation in the balance that requires careful handling. That's going to make me eat my words right there, right? Because I just said make a mess, and this card basically says don't make a mess. But I don't think that's true. I definitely feel it's time for you to kind of like make a mess. And we're not talking about doing anything bad, or, causing problems or anything like that. I just think it's time for you to kind of, be messy, basically. You have this lightning card that says, control your anger or you will be sorry. Mars retrograde, everybody gets a card like this during Mars retrograde, so I would definitely, control your anger. We have this crib card that says, birth or conception of a child or an enterprise. There's definitely something new, judgment card, being born in this reading. Judgment isn't really birth, but it is rebirth, so I feel you are rebirthing like an idea or something like that. You have this September card and this Apple card. It says temptation will test you. A lot of people have been getting these cards as temptation as well. I think the temptation is the past and not necessarily a person either. Just I think that there's kind of like the old way of doing things. You might be thinking to yourself like, oh, things years ago used to be easier in my life in a certain way. And so it's like tempting to stay stuck in that energy. I feel we all need to kind of like take the risk of doing something new, even if it's uncomfortable, because those new things, those new tools, like I was saying earlier to you, it's like, yeah, they might take some time to learn, but they will lead to growth. You have the shield card. It says you need to defend yourself. I would not defend myself during Mars retrograde. If you stick up for yourself during Mars retrograde, you look guilty. That does not mean, but what this could be saying is that it's time for you to make sure you put up boundaries. And that's what I would do here with this card. But pretty interesting reading, Taurus. Probably the most interesting reading I've done for you in a while, energetically. But it looks good. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your month.